Okay, this is the last of the season videos, and this is covering high season. High season is going to be mid-July until about the end of August, and during this time prices are at their highest, as you can imagine. Accommodations are still, it's still possible to show up to the island without accommodation, but obviously your choices are extremely limited because so many people are here at this time of year. When you get closer to, actually the week now that I'm videotaping this is the week leading up until August 15th, which is the single busiest time on the islands. August 15th is the, I guess it's the birth of the Virgin Mary. It's her birth date. So it's a very important holiday here in Greece. This is the crazy week. We go from, in low season to having maybe 12,000 people on this island to having upwards of 120,000 people per day during this week visiting the islands, which means that getting ferry tickets is going to be difficult, if not impossible. To just show up and say, okay, I want to go to this island. You may not be able to get the ticket. Flights are almost impossible at this time of year. The accommodation, I mentioned in another video, if you went to a hotel that, you happen to find a hotel that was at €30 per night, in low season, that same hotel room is going to go for €75 per night. Okay? This will also affect, this will affect everything. This will affect the price you pay for coffee. Coffee in the low season is going to be maybe €2 a cup, and then in high season you're paying €5 per cup. Okay? Welcome to Tourist Central. Even the supermarkets will have upped their prices on things, and which is really annoying for those of us who live here all year round. Let's see, your car rentals, your motorcycle, scooter rentals, those will have gone up from, in low season for scooters, maybe €10 per day. In high season, you're looking at somewhere between, €20, €25, maybe even €30 per day, depending on where you go. The cars also, they escalate. Everything escalates. The price of everything escalates in the high season, and the availability decreases. Okay, the temperatures are obviously pretty high. I wouldn't say that they're at their highest, at least not on this island. For me, some of the hottest times have been in June. So one of the nice things that we get here in August is a weather pattern called a meltemi, which is a northern wind, which can actually make your days at the beach a little challenged, by sand being kicked up. But, most days it's really very pleasant. You have warm temperatures, the sun's out, but then you have this nice cooling kind of condition that comes, this wind that comes to make it much more pleasant. The beaches are crowded at this time. In fact, for me, I'm trying to find the ultimate beach where, people don't necessarily know much about it, and it just doesn't exist. People find out the little secret beaches. What else is there to say? It's okay. Some budget tips that maybe will be helpful if you're on a budget. You can go to camping grounds here. Bring a backpack, bring a mat, a sleeping bag, which you probably won't need a sleeping bag at this time of year because it's so warm, but be prepared, and you can stay at a campsite for pretty inexpensive. The only thing about the camping situation is that they have mini markets, and due to the convenience of it, which is pretty global phenomena, the prices of things are very high. So my example is a can of Coke in a convenience store at a camping ground is going to cost you €1. Whereas if you just walk up the street to the supermarket, that same can of Coke is going to cost you 55 cents. So buy your stuff at the supermarket, bring it to the campground, you save yourself some money. One other savings tip during the high season, actually during any of the seasons, is that you can get on a boat at night. Also, the boat schedule is just really intense during the high season, so there are many, many more boats available, but they may still all be booked up. Okay, so you may have to plan this a little bit if you're trying to do it on a budget. So, again, that tip is you get on a night boat. If you're island hopping, you get on a night boat, depending on how far away the other island is. Maybe you get onto a 8 or 9 or 10 hour boat, and you sleep on the boat, saving yourself the cost of accommodation. You arrive at your next place, ready to go for the next day. And, you're also not sitting there saying, okay, I have to wait on a boat for 9 hours, what do I do? You've been sleeping, so it doesn't matter. And amazingly enough, these boats are, maybe not amazingly enough, the tickets are the cheapest. So you've saved yourself quite a bit of money. That's a really important budget tip for the traveler who really needs to do it cheap.